And you have the Rebbe to make a Siyum after every Sefer. There is a Siyum that is going to be complete tomorrow, but the Siyum is tonight, because when the Rebbe used to make the Siyum, the Halacha, so the Rebbe gerät in the Halacha from morgen Echtesach many times at night. The Siyum is also to remember a Choshev in Germany in unserer community, a Rabbi Chosid, Reb Eliezer, Ben Mordechai Wוענגער, that tonight is the Yortzeit. It is 16 years since he passed away, and we feel it like yesterday. Rabbi Wוענגער used to sit mamash right over here every Farbrengen, every Siyum, everything that was in shul. Rabbi Eliezer was always there. I am sure he's here now, and we have the honor to have a Rabbi Chosid, the Rosh from the Rosh Yeshivas in Yeshivas Simchat Mimim, Rabbi Chosid, Rabbi Mordechai is going to make a Siyum and a Schole. Rabbi Mordechai, bevakasha.
What am I supposed to do with this?
Huh?
What do I do with this?
Just not on YouTube.
Live on YouTube. Don't swallow it. The end of Seder Ava finishes with Seder Tfilis Kol Hashana. The Rebbe points out that if you look at the end of Hilchas Milah, the Rambam writes, Rich Rachmana Desayin, that it's at the end of Milah, it already says, here it doesn't have it, but the Rebbe points out that it in the old print, it says already at the end of Hilchas Milah as if it's finished. And then the Rambam goes to say their Tfilas Kol Hashana. If you look at the beginning, the Rebbe just makes a ha'ara. The Rambam is very exact, very detailed. And if you look at the listing in the front, the long list of all the mitzvahs and halachas, everything is exact. But there's no mention made of Seder Tfilas Kol Hashana. For some reason, the Rambam leaves it out. As well, when the Rambam starts Seder Tfilas Kol Hashana, the first thing he says is Nagu Am Likris B'choyim B'Shachar Achas Shekoyrim Parshas Tzav. So he starts off that the first thing you say in the morning is Parshas Tzav, the Korban Tamid. The Rebbe says that comes from the Zohar. The mocker for that is the Zohar. So we see that the Rambam is bringing here, when it comes to Tefillah especially, this something that the mocker comes from the Zohar, not Galya the Torah. You see the combination of the two that mix together.
Sorry, what comes from the Zohar?
The mocker to say Parshas Tzav in the beginning of the day. That's what the Rebbe writes. So the end of Tfilas Kol Hashana is the Haftarahs, and the last is the list of the 7 Nechamos. I'll read the last few. Bashlishas ani asoyrad ki fei arach, baravias anecha necha yumenachem chem ad shviya bastzion, chamishas rani akora lo yoloda ad goya lech Hashem, bashishas kum yoyri ki vo'irich ad beita achishana, bashvias sois osis ba'Hashem ad vayinasim koi me'olam. The Chachmana Desayin is here. The Rebbe points out it's not by the original. It's not in the original. Check that you could probably find it at the end of every sefer. But the Chatchila, no, the Rebbe writes in the Amal. You should go check the Kisveyad and check Kapach, because it's only in 3 svarim that it says Birch Rachman the sign at the end. It says in the Naya they put it. Kapach wrote it by all of them. But this is, yeah, in the early years, the Rebbe points
also.
at the end of
Milah.
That's what the Rebbe says. Ava, Tahara, Ava, Zroyim, and one other. Anyway, the beginning of Zmanim, Shem Hashem Kel Olam, Nachalti Ed Veisecha, La'olam Ki Sesoin Li Bihema. Sefer Shlishu, Sefer Zmanim, the Chos of Esther, Zeh Sidur, Nechal Shabbos, Nechal Erev, Nechal Shvishas Aser, Nechal Shvishas Yom Tov, Nechal Chametz Matzah, Nechal Shefer, Sukkah V'lul, Nechal Shkolim, Nechal Kiddush HaChodesh, Nechal Tanias, Nechal Megillah V'Chanukah. Then starts with Nechal Shabbos. The first halacha is Shvisa B'Shvi, Mi Melacha Mitzvahs Aseh. Not doing Melach on Shabbos Mitzvah Aseh. Shenem Vayim Ashvi Tishbois, Kol Eisa B'Y Melacha B'Tul Mitzvah Aseh V'Over Lo Eisa Aseh. Shenem Leisasa Kol Melacha Mal Chayiv Al Asiyas Melachim Asa B'Rotzin B'Rtzoyne B'Zodin. If you do it on purpose, B'meizir is chayv koris, ma yisham edim vasra it's niskal. V'mas b'shkoga chayv kor mechatis kavua. The Rebbe points out that the pasuk that the Rambam brings, is definitely teaching us about the Sefer. The Rambam writes that the difference between Sefer Ava and Sefer Zmanim is that Sefer Ava is mitzvahs tmidius, mitzvahs that you have to do all the time. Mashenkin Zmanim are ones that are specifically according to time. If that's the case, the Rebbe says, why does the Rambam bring a pasuk that says Nachalti Eid V'Yisacha La'olam, which is more to do with the idea of consistent all the time, tmidi. Specifically, Zmanim isn't the point, l'chayr, is that it's not. And that's what sets it aside from the previous Sefer of Ava. The Rebbe says that Rambam is explaining something else. If you look at the Seder halachas that the Rambam brings in Zmanim, it doesn't match, not in Torah, not the way it is in Mishnayos. The order starts with Shabbos, Erevin, but in the Torah, we find that it goes according to the year. It starts from Nisan and it follows the year. The Rambam doesn't go according to that Seder. The Maggid Mishnah has a whole explanation of why the Rambam Seder is. But l'chayra, the Rambam should follow the Seder that it says in Torah, that it says in Mishnayos. Why does he make his own Seder? The Rebbe says that mitzvahs that have to do with Zman have two concepts to the mitzvah. One is that the mitzvah is connected to the time. The concept of the mitzvah is placed on the time when you have to do the mitzvah. But then there's the obligation on the person. A person also has the chiyuv of the mitzvah. When it comes to the part of the mitzvah that's on time, then it's specifically at the time, which is what would set it apart, the mitzvahs in Zmanim from an Ava. However, the mitzvah, even the mitzvahs that are limited to a certain time, the chalois, the way it comes onto a human being, to a yid, is a constant mitzvah. It's something that the mitzvah is always upon the person. That's why you can't just wake up on the Yom Tov. You have to prepare it beforehand. The chiyuv is on the person constantly. So therefore, if you're going to focus on the mitzvah, the way it is according to the time, so then you list the mitzvahs according to the time. You go each time and you follow the Seder Hashanah. The Rambam here is pointing out that the focus is on Nachalti Eid V'Yisacha La'olam. We're not looking at the part of the mitzvah that's specifically connected to time, but also the way it's connected to a person. And the way it's connected to a person is La'olam. And therefore, we're not going to follow the Seder Hazmanim, and we'll have the other explanation the Maggid Mishnah gives, but because the focus here is not on the chalois of the mitzvah, on the time, but the way it falls on the person.
הרב החוסי, הרב התומים, הרב אליעזר, בן מרדכי.
חיים שמעלי.
עכשיו זה מייחס בגוף גשמי.
What?
120 seconds.
I gotta go now.
Okay, 60 seconds. 60 seconds.
Hold on.